Hey, friends, it is Kelly. I am house and dog sitting for a friend of mine, so I'm really hoping that the dogs don't bark while I'm on this quick live. But I just wanted to share something that happened to me today as it relates to the holidays and navigating grief and just trying to find and create a new normal and how to embrace the holidays, and how stuff can come up that you had no idea was even a thing. So that's what happened to me today. So I'm going to give a quick little context and background so you can understand where this is coming from. I think for those of you that don't know, I lost my mom to suicide, and then a year and a half later, I lost my son to an overdose. So we had one Christmas in between the loss of my mom and then my son, and so that was the last Christmas with my son there, but it was after my mom had passed away. And that Christmas after my mom passed away, we all got together, us kids and our kids and stuff, and we had fun. We played games. We specifically played this one game where you wrap a bunch of gifts up in this huge saran wrap ball, and you wear oven mitts, and you have to, when it's your turn, you have to unwrap the ball, and whatever falls out of the ball during your turn, you get to keep. And I think if I remember correctly, like, other people are rolling dice, and when they get a pair, then you have to change the ball to someone else. So it was a ton of fun. We laughed a lot, and we actually filmed some of it. I don't know who was filming on their phone, but somebody was filming on their phone. And there's great footage of Quentin. Quentin, like the rest of us, was like super intense and super competitive. And so whenever he got the ball, he was just really crazy with it. And so that is actually one of the last like video footage that I have of him, and it's very sentimental. So it's been 5 years now since he passed. We've had 5 Christmases, and for the most part, Christmas, everybody's been just fending for themselves. We've had very small Christmases. We haven't really done a big celebration. My sister and I are both here in Florida, so we've gotten together for Christmas, but it's been very small and just kind of whatever. Well, so this year, several people are flying in, and my sister's house is full of relatives. My niece, my nephew, my niece's new baby daughter, like in-laws. Her house is full of people, and we are preparing for a Christmas celebration. And I'm so ready to celebrate. Like, I just wanted to, and I do want to, have fun and laugh and celebrate and experience like a house full of people with joy and laughter. Like, I'm so excited for that and so ready for that. And I've been seeing all these fun, hilarious Christmas games on TikTok and everything. I've been sending them to my sister, like, oh, we should play this and we should play that. Our family are really big into games. So I've been sending all these games to her and excited for the upcoming holiday. And then I found out yesterday that my aunt is preparing that same game, the big saran wrap ball game. And honestly, it caught me off guard, and it made me really sad. And it's going to make me sad right now. Like, that's the last Christmas memory I have with Quentin, and it just brings up all these emotions. And I had no idea that this was even hanging out in here. Like, I had no idea that playing that game would stir up this emotion. And certainly, I'm sure my sister and my aunt like would have no idea that it would cause an emotional response, right? They just know that we had fun playing it last time, and so they want to play it again. And so this is the struggle and the battle, though, right? Because I was feeling some kind of way about it. And in my head, I'm like, that's ridiculous. You know, like, I didn't want to say anything to anyone because it's been 5 years, and I don't want to be the like, oh, that game makes me sad person. You know, I didn't want anyone to be offended, and I didn't want to ruin anyone's good time. And so I was just going to not say anything. I was just going to swallow these feelings and suck it up and just keep it to myself. And I think that is the part that's hard for so many of us. I'm just going to say it's so hard for me, is like when you have these feelings or things happen and you think like it's unjustified, or you think that nobody wants to hear, or you think that it's been too long to talk about it, and you don't want to ruin everyone else's good time. And so the inclination would be to just stuff it and not talk about it. But thankfully, I'm connected to this community, and I'm connected to Janelle, who's amazing. Janelle is my grief coach, I'm telling you. Because I called Janelle and I told her the situation, and that, like, I'm in my feels about it, and it feels irrational, and it feels unfair, and it feels all these things. And she just really encouraged me to talk to my family, to talk to my aunt and tell her how I'm feeling about it, to just share with them that it's stirring up some stuff for me. And I did. I had a conversation with her, and, I don't know how it's going to go. Like, I'm not asking them to not play the game. Like, I want them to still experience it. And you know what? Maybe I'll be able to play it, and maybe it'll be a new memory, and maybe it'll help, maybe it'll be a healing thing for me. I don't know. But maybe when they go to play it, it might be really emotional, and I might need to excuse myself for a minute. And this is the crux of grief, right? To learn how to live again, to learn how to create new memories and have joy and have peace and have laughter, but still make room and navigate that when stuff comes up and you feel some kind of way, you still have to make room for that, and you have to express that, and you have to let the people around you know what you're dealing with and how you're feeling. Like, it's not meant to stuff or pretend it doesn't exist or whatever. And I also want to say, just because we always have these conversations about whether you can be fully healed or recovered, like, I'm fully healed, I'm fully recovered, and you can still have these things happen. When we talk about healing and recovery, we don't pretend like you're never going to have to navigate a weird situation or you're never going to be sad. What we say is that you have the ability and the tools to deal with it, because some things you won't encounter, right? Like, this is the first time we're all getting together for Christmas after these two significant losses in our family. So of course, like, I haven't been through this yet, this side of the losses. And so this is another, like, layer or level of healing, or this is another thing to, learn how to navigate and embrace. And this is the part that, we'll be doing that, all of us, for the rest of our lives, right? Like, how do you encounter holidays? How do you deal with, eventually my daughter will get married and we'll have other life milestones, and there'll be a piece of it that we have to contend with, that, like, part of us isn't here. Quentin isn't here physically. And what does that look like? And how do we process that? And how do we honor him? And how do we honor our feelings? But, and this is the key, but not let it steal the joy or keep us from connecting to those that we love. And that was the temptation here. Like, the temptation could have been, I could have kept these, like, sad feelings to myself and not shared with my family and built a wall instead of a bridge, right? So I just wanted to come on and share that with you all, because I feel like this community, what it's meant to be is to walk through these things together and to share what's happening with us and to share what works and what doesn't work, but mostly that each of us, myself included, we would have a safe place where we could come in and talk with other people who get it. Because even as this happened today, Janelle was, like, one of the only people I could think of to call. Because even though I have great, amazing friends who support me and love me, like, they don't get it. They haven't been through it. And so they're going to offer their best advice from their experience and their point of view. And it's not that that isn't valid, but I know you guys know what I'm saying. There's just such a value to being around and being able to share with people who get it or have experienced similar things. So I don't know how all y'all are doing for Christmas. I hope and pray that you are finding ways to enjoy and redeem and restore and celebrate this holiday season. And honestly, there's no shame either. If that is not where you're at, if this holiday season is just really hard for you and you just need to be taking care of yourself and keep it super low key, or even just ignore the holidays altogether, like, do that. Like, do what it works best for you. But my hope and prayer for each of us, myself included, is that we can fully enjoy the good times and the good things that life has to offer us, and that we would share with one another the burdens and the hard things. So please know that I'm sending you so much love and praying for you, and just hoping that you find an increasing measure of peace as we navigate through the rest of this year and the holidays, and that 2024 would just be abundantly more peace, healing, and joy. Okay, guys, I'm going to hop off. Have a great day.